Imagine opening Minecraft tomorrow. You click multiplayer, and instead of a few thousand people online, every human being on Earth is there. 8 billion players, all trying to play inside the same Minecraft world. Within seconds, somebody punches a tree. Someone else starts building a house. And before you've even made your first wooden pickaxe, somebody has probably stolen your crafting table. But forget the stolen crafting table for a second, because there's a much bigger problem. Could Minecraft actually handle 8 billion players? And even if somehow it could, what would 8 billion humans actually do to the world? Because the first disaster wouldn't happen inside Minecraft. It would happen to the server. Minecraft servers can handle groups of players, and enormous networks can support far more. But 8 billion people is something completely different. Every player would be moving, jumping, breaking blocks, placing blocks, opening chests, dropping items, loading chunks, fighting mobs, and probably typing, "Who took my diamonds?" all at the same time. The server would have to keep track of billions upon billions of actions. At that point, your slow Wi-Fi isn't the problem anymore. The entire system is the problem. The server would basically be begging humanity to log off. So let's cheat. We give Minecraft a magical supercomputer with unlimited processing power, perfect internet, and absolutely zero lag. Problem solved. Except, now 8 billion players actually get to enter the world. And that's where the real chaos begins. Where does everybody spawn? If 8 billion people appeared anywhere near the same location, you'd create the largest crowd in human history. Imagine millions of Minecraft characters packed around spawn. You try walking forward? Can't. You try walking backward? Can't. You see a tree and try punching it. Too late. 700 other people are already punching it. Trees around spawn would disappear almost immediately. Then players would start taking the dirt, then the stone, then anything else they could reach. Within minutes, the peaceful landscape around spawn could look like somebody attacked Minecraft with the world's biggest shovel. And that's when we discover something important. The server might survive, but spawn wouldn't. So we'd have to spread everyone out. Fortunately, Minecraft gives us something we desperately need. Space. A ridiculous amount of it. A Minecraft world stretches roughly 30 million blocks from the center in each horizontal direction. That creates an enormous playable surface. So surprisingly, 8 billion players wouldn't necessarily need to stand shoulder to shoulder. Spread everyone properly and humanity would have room. A lot of room. Problem solved again. Except humans don't stay evenly distributed. Give us empty land and we start building. First, tiny shelters appear. Then villages, and then roads connect those villages. Farms appear, trading centers grow. Someone builds a giant chicken for absolutely no useful reason. And before long, Minecraft stops looking like wilderness. It starts looking like civilization, which sounds impressive. Until one player climbs onto a mountain, plants a sign and announces, "I own this." Congratulations, we just invented politics. Groups would start claiming territory. Some players would become farmers. Others would become miners, builders, explorers, traders, and engineers. Entire transportation businesses could emerge just to move materials between cities. And eventually, we'd need some way to pay for all of it. Maybe diamonds become money. Maybe emeralds. Or maybe humanity makes the extremely intelligent decision to use dirt. Congratulations. You're now a billionaire. Unfortunately, everyone else has 3 billion dirt. As settlements grow, governments could appear. Minecraft countries with millions of citizens, borders, laws, taxes. And once you have valuable territory on both sides of a border, you can probably guess what comes next. Wars. At this point, humanity hasn't just joined Minecraft. We've recreated Earth inside it. And Earth 2.0 immediately develops a very familiar problem. Everyone needs stuff. 8 billion players need wood, iron, coal, food, redstone, diamonds. One person cutting down a forest isn't particularly scary. 8 billion people collecting resources is something else entirely. Forests around major cities could disappear. Mountains could be hollowed out. Underground, enormous mining networks would spread for miles. And the rarer nearby resources became, the more valuable they'd be. Imagine someone shouting, "Diamonds found!" and 50,000 players immediately sprint toward the same cave. Suddenly, the most dangerous thing underground isn't a creeper, it's everybody else. But Minecraft has one enormous advantage over the real Earth. The world is so huge that fresh territory could still exist unbelievably far away. So explorers would keep pushing outward. New mines, new settlements, new cities. Humanity would create a constantly expanding frontier, and eventually somebody would look at all that distance and say, there has to be a faster way. There is. The Nether, which is both incredibly useful and a terrible place to send 8 billion people. Because traveling through the Nether lets players cover huge overworld distances much faster. Humanity would realize this almost immediately. Soon, giant Nether highways could connect distant cities. Rail systems would appear. Minecarts would race between stations. Massive portal hubs could connect entire Minecraft countries. The Nether could effectively become humanity's global transportation network. And then someone lets a ghast into the station. Now thousands of players are running. Minecarts are crashing everywhere. Someone is on fire. A ghast is blasting the ceiling. And somehow, in the middle of all this, one player is calmly selling cooked pork chops. Business continues, but eventually humanity would turn its attention to Minecraft's most famous challenge, the Ender Dragon. Normally, reaching the end and defeating the dragon feels like a major achievement. Now imagine 8 billion people knowing exactly where the final boss is. The poor dragon doesn't stand a chance. The moment access to the end becomes widespread, thousands, maybe millions of players could rush through. Meanwhile, one extremely dedicated player has spent days preparing. Diamond armor, perfect weapons, potions, golden apples. They're finally ready. They jump through the portal, and the dragon is already dead. Oh, but now there's another problem. Millions of players are trying to enter the end, and suddenly the giant dragon isn't the dangerous part anymore. The crowd is. Which brings us back to the strange thing about this entire experiment. With normal technology, 8 billion people playing together simply wouldn't work. But give Minecraft impossible servers, perfect internet, and zero lag, and Minecraft stops being just a game. It becomes another world. Humanity would build cities, create economies, form governments, fight over resources, construct enormous transportation networks, explore untouched territory, and spend an unreasonable amount of time arguing about who destroyed whose house. But here's the part that might be strangest of all. Minecraft is so enormous that even with 8 billion players exploring, building, and mining, there could still be distant places almost nobody had ever visited. Think about that. Every human alive, 8 billion players, one gigantic Minecraft world, cities spreading across the landscape, mines cutting through mountains, highways running through the Nether, entire civilizations rising from blocks. And somewhere unimaginably far away, there could still be a completely untouched tree, which leaves us with one final question. If all 8 billion of us actually lived inside Minecraft, how long would it take humanity to destroy the entire world? Why, though?